He's doing more research.
I know. I saw you heads down over there in a book. You're going to turn into a
Well,
book.
that there could be worse things. Could be
Yeah.
worse things.
Yeah. I can
So,
imagine.
so you ready to have fun this week?
Oh,
Because
boy.
I think I have a little pent up.
Pent up coin
Just a little
aggression?
pent up. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a thing. I get that every once in a while when I don't go to a coin show. But yeah, then I get it out at the store. So I think we're good, by the way, on the two streams. I think I got it figured out.
Okay.
I looked, I did not see two, so hopefully that worked. We'll find out. I gotta see what I do. Record, so I don't forget, because that would suck. I've done that.
Yeah, that would suck. Not like the woodchuck.
Hey, Taffy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Wonderful to have you here, friend.
I'll tell you what. I got a package from him the other day.
You did?
I did. And
a Taffy special?
It was a Taffy special.
Okay.
It was gifts for my wife.
Oh.
And he sent me a Royal Mint lanyard.
Cool.
Because he also went to the Royal Mint experience.
Right.
And he sent me just some of the coolest 2-pound coins I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes, they have Shakespeare on them.
Oh, I think I saw something about those. A news story, maybe.
Yeah. It was very, very cool.
Cool.
So I'm deeply, deeply grateful.
That's great. I love that. I love that you have like a coin pen pal across the pond. You guys exchange
absolutely.
niceties.
I mean, it's like it's one of the best things you can do.
Totally, for sure.
So I can send him stuff that he has just no chance at.
Right.
And he can send me stuff that I have no chance at.
Exactly.
And right now the pound is very favorable to the US dollar. So
I can't argue with that. Well, 212 episodes, friend. Here we are. Everybody is starting to file in. Robert B. Strickland, hello. Thank you for the like. If you guys are here, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed for some crazy reason, you wacky kids on YouTube over there, hit that subscribe button for me. Just stop in, say hi. The chats are going. We're going to have a good time tonight. We've got a fun episode. I've got... We're doing a segment tonight. If you guys haven't seen that one, I spent a little time today perusing the internet for crazy people. It was fun.
Didn't take long, did it?
Did not take very long.
No.
We're going to have the coolest thing between you and me. I'm going to kick your butt as usual.
Uh-huh.
We'll see.
What happened last time?
Yeah.
I just want to know what happened last time.
Well, I that was a give me. Like I wanted to let you feel like
me.
I wanted to let you feel like you win every once in a while, just so that you don't get dejected and down.
Okay, so let me just make one thing perfectly clear to the listeners. This has always been kind of like a fun little competition between the two of us, right? It started out as Matt's coolest thing, but then it became okay, let me see if I can play with you. And it got to the point where I started actually feeling a little bad, and I started, going, man, well, Matt. So it's on like Saigon.
It's been on for years. It's been on.
Okay.
It's been on.
You're gonna have some struggles.
I never go off. I never go off when we're talking about the coolest thing, buddy. It never happens. So
okay.
Yeah.
Just be ready.
And then we have some really interesting news to talk about tonight. It's a story that I have some opinions about, which will be vocalized, I am sure.
Probably. So opinions. Is this something I know about?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like the biggest story of the last couple weeks, week or two.
Oh,
the worst kept secret in numismatics. Yeah, the worst kept secret numismatics.
Yeah, it has been for a long time, actually.
Yeah. Why am I blurry? Stop being blurry. I don't want to be blurry. Joe Bohannon, good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. As usual, Joe is like a diehard fan.
Yes. Yeah, I got a chance to meet Joe.
Yeah.
Joe has been into your shop.
Yep.
He's been into my shop.
Yep.
That's hardcore.
Yes, Joe's awesome. Joe is amazeballs.
Yeah.
So
then we had some fun this week. We had a lot of fun this week. You know, that new Team the Silver Stacker video.
yeah,
drop.
I saw you make an appearance on YouTube today on somebody else's channel, moonlighting as an actual coin expert.
Yeah, well, you know, it's fake it until you make it, sir.
Is that what you tell your boss too?
That's what I tell my boss. So no, it was cool because I got a chance to rep the show.
Yep, you did. I saw
And
that sweet hoodie or sweet fleece, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I was wearing my sweet Coin Show podcast fleece.
Yep.
And at the end of it, we got to plug the podcast, which is nice.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
He is a very nice guy.
He has a very good message and a really good. We support him.
Yeah, he does. He puts out good content.
His entire catalog.
He puts out good content, not that clickbait junk. It's actually informative. So
it's informative and it's fun, and he's trying to come up with new ideas all the time. And so his $100 challenge, I think, is a really good idea. It's also kind of a way to walk into a store and say, hey, sell me something.
Hey, yeah, right, exactly. I have a hundo for you. Let's do this.
Can you earn it?
That's good. I like that. Well, sir, you ready to fire this sucker off, or you want to hang out for a couple more?
Well, I'll just probably talk about that later. At the end of the show, because I will be at a coin show tomorrow.
Oh, making an appearance?
Not behind a table. Just I will be making a cameo at the Elgin Coin Club.
Ooh, you're gonna be bebopping around a coin show. That's one of my favorite things to do. Just little coin shows. They don't have to be big ones. Little ones are fine. Little ones, big ones, round ones.
I like club shows, and I particularly like Elgin. Elgin is more of a traditional, club,
right?
And they do auctions and YN stuff, and so I have some stuff that I really need YNs to own. So we're gonna do that.
I have a whole bucket full of that kind of stuff. We save it up for the Indiana State show. Like every year at the Indiana State show, they have a YN auction. And I'm just like, take these things from me, please. So, but I always make sure that I donate at least one gold coin just so the kids can like get something awesome. So, because I remember when I was a kid, I used to go to the same show, and I was always the one that was trying to figure out how I was going to get that gold coin, and I would do all the little extra things around the coin show to make sure that I had the most money out of everybody.
Did you get it?
No, never. No, okay. Some other kid was always smarter than me.
Womp, womp.
Right. Yeah, I think I have a thing for that.
Yeah, you are king of the sound effects now.
Yeah.
And the voice tricks.
All right. Enough reminiscing. I'm going to hit a button. I'm going to hit a button over here that makes some numbers happen. Let's do this show. You ready? Here we go.
A podcast about coins and coin collecting from the perspective of both dealers and collectors. Hosted by two guys with a passion for collecting and a combined experience of over 50 years in the coin industry. Here's Matt Dinger and Mike Nottleman on the Coin Show Podcast.
It is episode 212 of the Coin Show Podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And on this episode of the Coin Show Podcast, we are going to return to one of our favorite segments we haven't done in a while. So we're going to do a little,
What?
We're going to answer a listener question.
Love it.
So that falls into the category of ask us anything.
Yeah.
Anytime. Ask us anything. We don't always know the answer, but we'll figure something out.
Mike at coinshowradio.com for all those.
Don't even have to do that. Can go anywhere. We talk about the coolest thing to walk into our shops this week, as well as some other fun and games. But first, as always, the news.
Oh, friend.
The news is brought to us by Spicy Mike's Hot Sauce, the perfect blend of rational thought and sarcasm, sometimes a little salty, but always a good time. Get you some Spicy Mike's today
Get you some.
And by Sweet Matt's Super Hot. Gentle and sweet, just like Matt himself, with a hot back end that you won't be able to forget. Look for it coming soon. Sweet Matt's Super Hot.
I love that one. That one's good.
Get you some.
Get you some.
So, the worst kept secret in the world,
Numismatics.
the seismic news has hit the grading world.
Yes, sir. Here it comes.
Certified Acceptance Corporation will begin grading coins in the first quarter of next year.
Yeah,
Founder John Albanese has said that over time, he feels that some coins could have benefited from his review, may not have been sent in due to the overhead involved in sending the coin to a second destination, which incurs a total of 4 shipping fees. And he's got a point.
Yeah.
He feels that by becoming a one-stop option, CAC will see even more submissions.
So I have an opinion about this, and I don't know. And I've been vocal. I've had a lot of questions about this actually in the office this week, and this is my standard response, and it's kind of my opinion. So, within the last 2 years, both PCGS and NGC were acquired by hedge funds, right? And I don't know how many coins you guys send in, but we send in a lot of coins. And over the last 2 years, I've noticed that the service has gone down, the price has gone up, which is what I kind of expect for, a company owned by a hedge fund whose main goal is to make money. They're going to look at the bottom line and say, okay, how can we squeeze the most money out of this thing? And that's simple. Raise fees, cut down on the amount of expenses / graders and staff.
Oh, but then on top of it, they've tried to become all things to all people by grading comic books.
Well, no.
Other
See,
things.
the thing is, the first acquisition of PCGS wasn't for the coin operation at all, or the paper money operation at all.
Well, wasn't it for the baseball cards?
It was for the card grading operation.
Yeah.
So we have been dealing with that for the last 2 years for basically, Ultra Megacorp now owns both of the companies that make our industry go round. And so I think that the need has been there for a grading service to come along that maybe isn't as interested in the bottom line, maybe is a little more interested in, the hobby itself, more so than it maybe should be interested in just making money. You know what I mean? So,
well, maybe this is more my cynical nature that I don't necessarily see it as being we don't care as much about the bottom line.
It's not that. It's not that, but
no, I think it is more that they care specifically about coins.
Right.
And own the coins.
Right. Yes. They're going to be a coin-based operation, whereas these other companies, PCGS and NGC at this point are kind of sort of afterthoughts, for these people that own these companies, because they weren't after this particular part of the company when they bought it. So they don't get the support they need, because at the end of the day, our industry, as important as it is to us, as important as it is to to you and I and to my business and to all the people that watch this and collectors out there, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a market share for those companies. So, it's just something that I welcome this grading company. I wish them success. I hope that they kind of get back to the roots. Maybe they tighten up the grading a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen here that would change the industry one way or the other. So I don't know. I'm really excited. I hope that it works out. The team they've assembled seems to be kind of like the dream team of grading company. Former graders and partners at NGC or PCGS. I mean, like some of the guys they have hired are kind of some of the best graders out there. So it'll be really interesting to see how this unfolds and the growing pains that it goes through, because there's always going to be some. So I'm excited. I'm cautiously optimistic, and hopefully we end up with a third top tier grading company. That'd be awesome.
It certainly would. I unfortunately don't think that that's the way it's going to work out, because I think that John is kind of rating, the other place. He's going to take the better or at least some of the better of the other two services. And
Okay.
so that's going to weaken both of them. But at the same time, you're also going to have an industry that for a while leaned on CAC, saying, well, here, it's like, this is our grade. Go ahead, send to CAC.
Well, when CAC came
That
along,
service is going to be phased out.
right. But when
And so
CAC came along at the first place, it was kind of like, I think a lot of people saw it as, yeah, these companies are really kind of been slipping and letting grades kind of inflate over the years. And I think
and that's
CAC
my
comes
fear
along.
is that now with nothing to kind of check that you're going to have, two other companies that may change the paradigm and may change the dynamic in grading. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
We're gonna look back on this right now in like a year, and it'll be a lot more clear than it is right now.
Oh, no question. Yeah.
And it could be that a lot of things change, and it could be that nothing changes. I mean, it's really going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. So John Albanese has also said that the company will phase out the stickers over time. Excuse me. This is due to the limited launch strategy.
Yeah.
CAC grading will initially be made available to the 3,000 CAC members. I can only imagine that as they assemble the graders needed for the company, they'll need to be able to accept submissions from a wider audience.
Yeah. Yeah, I read a story somewhere that CAC posted the number of submissions they got from collectors versus the number they got from dealers, and it was like a hugely staggering difference. It was like 200,000 of the submissions they got from dealer or from collectors, and like 20 million came from dealers. It was insane. So
I think what I was poorly trying to communicate before was that you had PCGS and NGC, and then you kind of had CAC as a check,
like a
right?
like check valve, yeah.
Right. And because of that, I think that it kind of kept NGC and PCGS more honest. Whereas if CAC just ends up becoming like the top grading company,
right,
then there's nothing to check NGC and PCGS. And what will happen at that point? That's because we know that they use their own grading standards.
The market will check them. I mean,
Well, yeah, they'll just end up being another annex.
Okay. As long as they got somewhere to go, as long as coins have somewhere to be certified.
I just am not sure about having one place to do it.
I agree with that. That's not always good. But, like I said, in a year, we're going to look back. We're going to say, holy cow, this is,
certainly going to be clearer then, but it's going to be different.
Right.
And probably nothing as we expect.
Yeah. I think our industry has needed a shakeup for a while, though. I mean, I feel like things were getting kind of stale and kind of like, okay, well, this is the same old, same old.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that people had figured out ways of gaming the system and stuff like that. And now that stuff's going to get reset.
Right. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. Again, I'm excited. We'll see. All right, enough of that.
So that was the worst kept secret in news.
Yeah, when I found out about that, last April at Central States.
Yeah. I mean, I have known about it for quite a while, several months, but I didn't know about it that long ago.
I happen to have a friend who's going to be working there, so
okay,
it was like
that would do
it was like, hey, don't tell anybody, but
moving on, the Walton pedigreed 1913 Liberty Nickel has been acquired by Great Collections for a mere $4.2 million.
Yeah, chump change, chump change.
This great coin with an even greater story is the second 1913 nickel handled by Great Collections within the past year.
Cool. Good for them.
So it appears from the story that Great Collections has been acquiring these coins for clients rather than the company.
Yeah, I think I read that they had also sold this coin right away too. So
right,
good for them. Those are the kind of customers you want.
Yeah. No, an interesting note is that there are 5 1913 Liberty nickels, right?
Yes.
2 are in permanent collections of museums. 1 sold earlier this year, and the 2 that Great Collections bought.
Right.
So what this means is that these coins could potentially be unavailable for decades.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? It feels like these coins sell about every year or two. One of them will.
Well, and that's the thing. So I don't know if that's going to be the case with coins that hit 7 figures in value.
No, I mean, like for the last 10 years, I feel like like every year or so, maybe 2 years, one of these coins sells, either the Walton or the Eliasberg or the
Yeah,
Hawaii
a
50.
1913 Liberty nickel, but they've traded hands so many times over the past 15 years that
Right.
it may very well be time for them to sit for a while. Or, I mean, there really are only 3.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, who knows? Maybe they just keeps driving the value up, and there they go.
They go to the moon, Alice. To the
To the
moon.
moon, Alice. Anime Wong quarters go on sale. Well, they went on sale October 25th,
Yeah.
at least in theory.
In theory and hope.
Yeah. So we'll have to see if these options will even be available due to the new subscription policy. Here's my thing. If you're going to know what demand will be in advance, why aren't you making these options to demand?
We should have asked the Mint director that.
I didn't think we had time.
Yeah, you're right. We didn't.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of the thing is I love the subscriptions, and I love the fact that, so like, if you look, the Mint has the 2023 product catalog out already. And if you look on there, you can find the Morgans and the Peace Dollars. Well, you can sign up for a subscription for them.
Yeah.
So you'll get them.
Which means
They'll
you
make
need to do that.
demand.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with Anime Wong quarters.
I guess not.
So, yeah, if they're not going to make them to demand, they were released into circulation on Monday. So I love the design. I think that these coins will be quite popular. But here's the thing is I still haven't seen a single Maria Otero Warren quarter in circulation yet.
I haven't seen any of them yet. But
And I work in the financial district of Chicago within 8 blocks of a Federal Reserve Bank.
You still haven't seen one?
I have not seen one.
That's
And that was the one that was released 11 weeks ago.
I haven't seen any of them yet. Yeah.
We see the women on quarters. And they're really, it's kind of cool to see the different George Washington reverse.
Yeah, okay, I take that back. I have seen them, but I have not got one in change yet. My fault.
Yeah.
That should be a little more clear.
Well, yes, you saw them in mid sets and proof sets, right?
Yeah.
So I just thought that was really kind of odd that, I mean, here they are, they're released.
It's not like they shovel them out the back of the building onto the street, though, Mike. I mean, it's like,
But they're sending them out in dumpster-sized bags,
well,
right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, can't they send out a dumpster or two?
Like, just
That's
send
all
them
I'm
out
saying.
back?
I mean, I still haven't seen the last quarter that they released.
Yeah, well, maybe you can go down and bang on the door. You're 8 blocks away.
No, they won't let me in.
Yeah, jerks.
The end of an era is upon us. The very last collector coin bearing Her Majesty's image has been unveiled by the Royal Mint UK.
Really?
So this is a 50p coin honoring 100 years of our BBC, as this year marks the centennial of the broadcasting network.
Huh. Interesting.
So the Royal Mint, which in itself is an 1,100-year-old company.
That's just insane to think about that.
I know. They've unveiled the effigy for Charles III for UK coinage, and they have decided not to restrike the coins with the new king in the name of sustainability.
Yeah, I mean, that's
so this commemorative coin is going to be released bearing Her Majesty's image, and it will be, the last of the commemorative coins.
Huh.
The first coins to bear His Majesty's image will be released this year with special 50 pence and £5 coins commemorating the life and legacy of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. So these coins will bear a new inscription, Charles III, DG Rex, FD. The Rex part is a return.
Right.
The FD part is actually new.
Really? I know it's like Del Gracia, yada, yada, yada.
Well, okay, so his mother's coins bore the title Regina, which is Latin for queen. Charles says Rex, which is Latin for king. The new FD is abbreviated for the Latin Defender of the Faith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's going hard on the head of Church of England.
Man, I've looked at this a couple times. That ear is something to behold. That is a heck of an ear on his portrait.
Tell you what, I have seen some memes where they show the coin from a side view and it shows the ears sticking out.
That's funny. Oh, but man, that thing is it's in your face.
Yeah.
It is the star.
And he's facing the other direction.
You're getting an anatomy lesson of his ear. Oh, sorry.
Well, you're
I'm
getting
sorry.
way more of it than you want.
Right,
That's for
right,
sure.
right. Sorry.
More than he wants, probably.
Probably.
You know,
Oh,
but
geez.
yeah, so he's facing the opposite direction as is tradition. You know, they change direction with each new monarch. In paper money news, a counterfeiting ring producing 500 euro banknotes has been busted,
Good.
leading up to 12 arrests.
Good. Wow. Let's see. That's part of the problem with those large denom notes is, you know, they're very, very ripe to be counterfeited. That's why we got rid of our large denoms.
Yep.
Um,
And it also cuts down on money laundering.
yeah, that too makes it harder.
So police have found the print shop the counterfeiters were using and have dismantled the equipment as well. And they have also recovered over 4.3 million euros in fake notes.
Huh. Yeah, that's crazy.
Notes were extremely high quality and maybe some of the most sophisticated notes or fakes ever produced.
That stuff is always interesting, just how far people will go to do that kind of stuff. Because, I mean, when you're making stuff like that, it has to be somewhat passable if you're making a large operation with 4.3 billion notes just laying around, or, you know, 4.3 billion euros in notes just laying around.
Which is just one more reason why
4.3 million.
I absolutely love the Swiss banknotes.
Yeah.
With the augmented reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's just so cool and you can verify them on your own. Now, you know, our executive producer, Justin,
he loves those things.
Yeah, well, he did a display on them in a project for the ANA, you know,
right,
what do you call it, the competition. And he showed me, and I thought it was like so cool. I immediately bought a 10 franc bill because I wanted one. Well, I had somebody come into the shop this week, and they had a 20 franc note because they had just come from Switzerland. And I showed them they had never seen it before.
That's cool.
So it's like, you know, I showed them where they could download the app and all this. Now they're off showing everybody.
Nice.
So I just love that. And I love the fact that that's how your average person can verify notes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it's going to have to be. And what does it come down to? A cell phone app. Go figure.
Yeah. Welcome to progress.
The 21st century.
That's right.
America's Hat continues to be an innovator, introducing single mine gold bullion.
Single mine gold bullion. Okay.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like single malt scotch.
Yeah, it's gonna. Are they going to charge more for it?
Yeah, well, I would think so. So I can't help but quote my other partner in crime, Russ Bega. But why? I mean,
why?
I don't know. It sounds kind of racist to me. I don't know what to do. I mean, why would it be important that the gold come from a single mine? What's the advantage that offers?
I mean, you know, it's like people like to know about where things come from for means of sustainability, at least when it comes to like food, you know, like if it's raised and harvested sustainably.
We're talking about precious metal.
I get it. I
gold
wasn't
is
done.
Gold.
Yeah, I know, but
what about Cuba having some food? I mean, it's like, I get it, you know, that yeah, this came from this, but it's like, unless the mine is important or there's some geological difference.
No, there's not.
There's not. So why are you charging a premium on this coin?
Marketing.
Well, of course, that's what I don't like. That's what wrecks everything.
Well, but that's, you know, that's what it is, friend. It's marketing.
I get it, but I don't have to like it.
Yeah, I fully respect your right to hate everything.
Well, I mean, look, this is me hating on something modern for a change,
That's
which is really, I'm stepping into your lane.
I'm just sitting back here with my fingers crossed. And,
it's like, I'll pay you my 20 cents on the way back. But so the coin features a privy mark and will be distributed in a card style package.
Huh. Well, maybe I'll get one. Maybe I won't. I'll get one eventually, I'm sure, if somebody brings it in for gold.
The UK will offer a popular commemorative that will feature both monarchs.
You're a wizard, Harry.
So he just died too.
I know.
A 4-coin set honoring the 25th anniversary of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone will be released both this year and next. with the first 2 coins bearing the effigy of Her Late Majesty, and next year's 2 coins having the new king's portrait.
Yeah, I mean that's a fun coin. Commemorating a very very popular book and movie franchise. So yeah, I can see that being.
Worldwide, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like my kids love Harry Potter, so I'm sure most kids in the world do. My wife even loves it.
Sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah, no, it was great. And, I mean, my daughters grew up in the age when it was being written. So they were literally waiting on the next book to come out.
right.
So, I mean, it was quite the experience.
Yep.
Remaining designs include the Hogwarts Express, Professor Albus Dumbledore, and Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
Nice.
Speaking of nice, the Land Down Under will celebrate Australia's specific dinosaurs in a 4-coin set later this year.
Crikey.
No, really, no, for the coup de grace. No. So I've seen many dinosaur issues of late, some glow in the dark, some skeletons. But when I was a kid, there was none of this. So
That's right.
I think that although you and I may roll our eyes a little bit at this stuff, kids might just find their way into the hobby because of this kind of stuff. And then they can grow up to buy stuff like this.
Oh yeah, little boys love dinosaurs. I mean, and little girls do too, but little boys especially, like they love them some dinosaurs. All 3 of my boys went through dinosaur phase, so get them while you can.
I think all kids become a paleontologist for a little while.
Right. As soon as they get their first sandbox, they're digging for dinosaur bones or cat turds, one of the 2.
Well, speaking of cat turds, then they can grow up to buy stuff like this.
Uh-oh.
The 2022 limited edition Silver Proof set goes on sale October 26th.
I like that segue. That was good.
Only 50,000 sets are available at the low price of $201.
What?
Yeah. So the limited edition Silver Proof sets features a Proof Silver Eagle from San Francisco, 5 Silver Proof quarters honoring women, a Proof Silver Dime, and a Proof Silver $50.
So it's like a silver proof set with a Proof Silver Eagle at $201. Holy cow.
Does not have a nickel or a penny in it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's not even a full silver proof set.
And the set's also part of the bulk purchase program, so there's that.
Yikes bikes.
So, I mean, it's one of those things where it's going to sell out, and everybody who doesn't get one, if they want, is going to get absolutely jammed.
Yeah, that's right. Wow. You're not kidding.
I'm spicy tonight. I don't know.
I love it. I love it.
And finally, in the news, this is why numismatists both impress me and at the same time kind of scare me.
Yeah, I saw this story. It scared me too.
PCGS has created a bust half dime that has a previously unknown die marriage, and this is the first new discovery of this type in nearly 3 decades. So the Coin Week article goes on to say that the reason that this discovery is so important is that it shows this particular reverse in its original state, which has long been a missing link in the sequence of these dies and their lives.
Right.
Now, the one thing I'll say is that kind of reads as something that is ripe for fakes, because you're playing to the crowd in knowing what the missing link should look like.
Well, but they don't because it's not all there.
Right. But I mean, if you can figure it out from this coin, you're a far better man than me.
Yeah, the discovery coin that we're talking about here is not a very nice example. It appears to have what we in my office call circular planchet defects, but it's a hole. It also is fairly worn. Has some scratches.
The design is almost non-existent.
Yeah, I mean the reverse is better than the obverse, which I'm sure helps them.
Slick.
But stuff like this.
That's where the diagnostic is.
Stuff like this happens. It happens a lot. I saw a coin one time that was a Basel State large cent that was the only one ever known, and it sold for like $50,000, and you couldn't even tell what it was.
And that's what this is. This is another one of those.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is amazing, but what is more amazing is the fact that people pay enough attention to know.
Hey, never sleep on a nerd with a magnifying glass. That's all I'm saying.
It's out of control. That's all.
Yep.
That is why coin collectors should be both awed and feared.
That's right. Scared. I'm scared of those guys.
And that's the news. And the news was brought to us tonight by Spicy Mike's Hot Sauce. Let's see if I can find the read. Let's see, giving you just the right. Here we are. The perfect blend of rational thought and sarcasm, sometimes a little salty, but always a good time. Get you some spicy bikes and buy Sweet Max Super Hot, nice and sweet, just the way you like him, with a hot back end you won't soon forget. Looking for it coming soon. Sweet Max Super Hot.
Get you some. Yeah.
So
Whoa, wrong one. We'll edit that out.
yeah, no, that
You're listening to the Coin Show Podcast with Matt Dinger and Mike Nodelman.
So Matt, we often get mail,
Yeah, we do.
and every once in a while, it asks us questions.
Okay.
Ones that we can actually answer on the question
I-
on the show,
I like it.
versus requests from that guy in the Middle East,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
that guy, and other assorted SEO opportunities. So we got a let's see, we got a question.
Okay.
Got a question from a listener, and his name is Monty Griffin.
Monty. Okay. Thank you for listening, Monty.
And he says, my name is Monty Griffin. My sister worked at a bank for years,
Okay.
and she has a 1990 penny, no mint mark, shiny like a dime. Penny, which is first I thought was a stainless steel penny until I took it to my brother-in-law, Jim Jennings, at Windsor Jewelers, who applied an XRF to it, and it comes out that it's 67.98%.
What? 67.9% what?
No, it doesn't say. And is magnetic to a rare earth magnet. Can you tell me how this could possibly have happened? Please reply. Thank you.
Yes. I can tell you how this would possibly happen. You want to take that? You want to go for it?
Well, this goes under the category of Ask Us Anything, right? So
Right.
we will do the best we can with it. I will say this. I need to know what 67.98% what in order to kind of give you a rational thought as to what it is. But it seems from the XRF reading that it's 67.98% nickel,
Okay.
25.04% copper, and 6.98% zinc, which doesn't match with any US coin.
Oh, or yeah.
So, it's one of those things where
Odds
I
are
would-
it's a science experiment.
I would tend to think that it has been plated.
Yes. And I don't love XRF guns. Do you guys have one?
No.
No. Yeah, I don't like them because I was looking into getting one and I was talking to the sales rep, that I was asking him questions and I said, how deep does this go into the coin or the piece that I'm scanning? He said, oh yeah, it goes 5 microns. 5 microns deep.
How thick is plating usually?
You can plate much thicker than 5 microns.
That's
So
kind of the point.
yeah, so that kind of like turned me off because I was like, yeah.
So,
I-
Given these anomalies with this coin,
Right.
my thought is that it's a penny that's been nickel plated,
probably.
and that's why nickel, I'm not aware, sticks to a
It
magnet.
can.
Copper does not. However, some things will stick to rare earth magnets just because they are so strong.
Nickel is very slightly magnetic to a rare earth
Yeah.
magnet. So I'm guessing it's probably been nickel plated, not at the mint, post mint. That would
Probably.
be my educated guess.
But I just wanted to show people that regardless of how silly sometimes it may sound, or you may
Yeah.
think your question is, it's a serious question, can be answered.
Yeah.
And we like when we get those kind of things. So
I answer questions all
email
day.
me at mike@coinshowradio.com or Matt at coinshowradio.com.
Yep.
And maybe we'll, take on a question for you for next week.
Yeah, there you go. So go ahead. I see you were getting ready to say something. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say, it looks like we may have a new interview coming up.
Oh yeah.
And that's just because somebody who I contacted actually contacted us back.
What? You got a return email or from someone?
Somebody indicated interest.
Wow.
We'll have to see if the proper channels can be filled.
I love it. I love it. Bringing you the best coin content right here,
Always.
always, and forever.
Let's see. What else do we have? So,
You want to take a look
let's
at?
play, huh?
You want to take a look? I was gonna say, you want to take a look at some goofy stuff that I found while
Yeah, I wanna
scrolling around
see
the
some,
internet
huh?
today.
Huh?
So this is our little favorite segment we have called "Huh," where we spend a little time scrolling around various marketplaces and just looking at what people are doing with coins, trying to sell them, describing them inaccurately, just some craziness. Let's take a look. I have some interesting stuff on this one. So I spent a little time going around to the coin dealer's favorite website today, Etsy. And if you don't know about Etsy, it's kind of like a marketplace where you can sell just about anything, and they do. Lord knows they do. I
And
saw.
they don't necessarily know anything about it.
No, I saw tons of fake coins on there today. There's lots and lots of fake coins on there today. But then I found a few that were relatively interesting, like this first example that we have. It says 1985 nickel, clad air extremely rare, obverse and reverse. And they show a picture of what appears to be a nickel that was either in a fire or in the ground that has tarnished. It was not made like this. It is definitely not a mint air, but for $299, it can be yours.
I am a fan of. I think that they set this on fire.
It's possible. It's entirely possible. That coin had something environmental happen to it that was not done at the mint, period.
And what's amazing about these types of ads that you'll see is that it's impossible to know if these people are just ill-educated
I
or if
gotta
they're really
believe
trying to
that's what it
swindle you.
is. I gotta
Because
believe they
they
just
take
don't
things
know.
that have just what may look like a thread of truth to them and just completely obliterate it. So
Yeah, and they're calling
they
it
refer to this
improperly.
as a sintered planchet, which it's not.
No, it's not.
This is a smoked planchet.
Yeah, this is a smoked coin.
Yeah, it's been burnt.
That's right. Let's take a look at another one that I found. This one, the title is simply 1999 P Air Liberty Dime. Well, it's a Roosevelt dime, but that's okay. The
Well, it
description,
has Liberty on it.
yeah, the description says air on the base of the leaf. I'm sorry, air on the base of the left tree and on the leaf. Well, the coin's not round. I think somebody might have. I found this one here is the rarest of rare, friends.
Mm-hmm.
Rarest of rare. Only known double complete die clash air 1958 wheat penny. Fully clashed with with reverse side of another wheat penny. Significant error.
What do they mean of another wheat?
I have no idea.
Okay, so this is a coin that has been vice jobbed.
Yes, it has been smashed together with several other coins in a vice to leave
And
impressions
it's more
on
than
each other.
one. Yeah, it looks like it started out life as a memorial cent.
No, I think it started off life as a wheat penny.
It's a wheat cent.
It's a wheat penny, and then it looks like it was
Okay, yeah,
smashed
you're right.
with another wheat penny off center, and then a memorial penny several times to create what to somebody that doesn't understand mint errors might look like a mint error, but it's not possible. This coin couldn't have happened that way.
I would guess that they saw a picture of clash marks in a book.
Maybe. This is probably
And
one of those
they said,
intentional deceptions.
This is clash marks. I've got clash marks.
This might just be one of those intentional deception type deals.
Your faith in human nature.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that, like, everybody falls for this at some point in their collecting hobby, in their career. Everybody looks at one of these and goes, "Oh, that's neat. That's an interesting mint error." And then somebody comes along and says, "Nope, that's a vice job." And then you learn about it and you remember it forever. It happens.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's the plan. But I think they're just out there fishing for a sucker with this one. But for $750 American, this coin can be yours.
You can find out.
And last but
What
not
it feels
least,
like to buy a bad coin.
last but not least, rare 1968D Lincoln penny with printing errors, and it's reduced 10% off. Only one available, $270 American.
Now, if it's rare, why is it discounted?
I don't know. The description says this is a rare 1968D Lincoln penny with stamp printing errors on reverse side. Errors like these are rare. Available
why were
now.
they printing stamps on this?
Available now for your coin collection. This coin's just damaged. Those are gouges. that literally is a penny, and it's not even a very nice one. But for $270, it can't be yours.
And this is a fun game that you can play, and you can play it on all sorts of sites. You can play it on
It
Marketplace. You
really.
can play it on Etsy, and one of my favorite places is to look on eBay. Because they're great. They're easy searches. So here's what I'm going to do: is I'm going to run a contest.
Yeah.
So you take a picture of the most ridiculous that you can find, and you send it to me with your name and address. And if I like it, I will send you a bottle of Spicy Mike's.
I love that idea.
So that's what we'll do.
That'll be
you
fun.
Find it, you send it to me, Mike@coinshowradio.com, and if I like it,
We'll just rattle. We'll go through them all.
We'll get a bottle of Spicy Mike's in the mail.
That's good. I love that.
And for our patrons, please be patient. They're coming.
They are
coming.
They're on the way. All right. Well, sir, now for the part where you get stomped into the dirt.
Okay.
Again.
It's on.
It's
like
on,
Donkey Kong.
Like Donkey Kong. I know. Now I'm going to hit the right button here. You ready?
Yeah, hopefully.
And now for the coolest thing to walk in this week. A competition segment between Matt and Mike to see who's had the coolest thing walk into their shops. Who'll win this episode? Let's find out. Matt? Mike? Who's got the coolest thing?
All right. Well, you've been going first the last few times, so I'll fire this one off first.
Be my guest.
I will. So we had a very interesting come in the other day. We bought a 1935 Spanish Trail in NGC MS67 Plus. That's a heck of a coin. I don't know how much you know about Comems, but that's a heck of a coin. And also one of my favorites. I love that design with the skull on the obverse and then the map of the Spanish Trail on the reverse.
It is very simple.
It
is elegant, and it is beautiful.
And this coin is beautiful. This coin is an absolute smoke show.
I was going to say, this one looks like a monster.
It's white. It's flashy. The coin is a heck of a coin. Probably one of the nicest Spanish Trails I've ever seen. But yeah, that. I mean, it doesn't take much to make me happy to see an old Comem. But when I see him like this, man, wow. This coin's actually kind of almost semi-proof like. It's not anything I would send in to have them maybe put a proof-like designation on it, but it's just got a little bit to it, which just makes it absolutely stunning in hand. Very, very cool coin. I love, like I said, this is probably like my top 2 or 3 favorite Comem designs. So, yeah, that was it.
Well,
I mean,
not to praise your contribution, because I will tell you this, that these designs are relatively simple with a lot of negative space.
Right.
So they have a lot of flat spots on them. So for one of these to grade 67 plus is incredibly difficult.
Yes. Yep.
So you'll see it more with like Oregon Trails. You'll see it with more busy designs and stuff like that, because the marks get kind of hidden in the detail.
Mm-hmm.
There's no detail to hide the marks on this coin.
Yeah, this coin you can't. Hide the marks and the ticks in the design because there's not much design.
Yeah,
so
there's just nothing there.
Yeah, that was what we bought in. I thought it was super cool, and I wanted to bring it as my coolest thing. Hopefully, you lose.
Super cool it is. However, not super cool enough, in my opinion. So what I brought for you this evening is part of a collection that we took in, and this coin is made of what was at the time a precious metal. This is an aluminum pattern of an 1868 $10 gold. This is J664 in the pattern book, and it's an aluminum $10 gold piece. And what's great about this is it is Proof 64 plus cameo, CAC stickered, and it's the only one.
But it's made of aluminum. I mean, we make cans out of aluminum. We make baseball bats out of aluminum. We wrap our food in aluminum foil. It's just aluminum. It's a token. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Find it known. Also a worse known.
Yeah.
So So yeah, the 668, it's aluminum. It has a reeded edge. It is as far as the rarity listing, it says L7.
Yeah, I mean it's an R7. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's an R7.
Yeah.
But it's one. And this coin has just a beautiful cameo to it, which is something that I didn't expect on an aluminum coin. We had the 3 different metals of this pattern
Okay.
because they also made it in copper and they made it in one other metal. I think silver.
Probably. Yeah, it could be silver.
I think it was silver. It was another white metal, but yeah, no, it wasn't white. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was brass.
Could have been.
Might have been brass and copper. But this one is unique. It's the only one, and it's just absolutely stunning with that green CAC.
It's
sticker.
cool. It's a neat coin. They did, however, just use the standard design. There's nothing different about the design. They were just trying metallurgic test and step pressings to see what the design would look like.
Correct. They struck it with gold pressure in these other metals.
Right.
So I kind of wonder what they were doing with these and what they were trying to accomplish.
I've always wondered that too, especially stuff that they made like in the middle of the series.
Yeah.
Like why would they do that? What were they doing?
It makes me think that there was something else going on.
Could have been. It could have been that they were testing a collar. I mean, it could have been anything. It could be literally all sorts of stuff. But they have to do it. That's innovation. You have to make prototypes and production pieces and
True.
and
So one of the greater parts about this is that this coin is available for sale.
oh, and it comes from the Eric
At
P. Newman
the
collection as
Harlan-
well.
That's right, at the Harlan J. Burke website for just a mere 15 grand.
What is that? What is that website? hjbltd.com.
JBLTD.com.
Wow, I know your website better than you do. Well,
So that is the smoke show, the coolest thing that we have for you this week. I don't care which one you like. They're both cool.
they're both cool. That's right.
They're both cool.
And that's really what this segment's
you're
all
getting
about.
pounded.
No, that's really what this segment's all about is cool things. But I think that Spanish trail's sexy. All right, buddy. Well, that's it. That's all I brought. That's all we got. That's the show.
Yeah, that was what was in our basket this week. I will tell you that that personally,
Yeah.
I picked up a couple of really cool things this week. Some things that made me smile.
Yeah.
I am going to be at the Elgin Coin Show tomorrow. At the Elgin
Ooh.
Coin Club show.
Mike's making an appearance, friend.
I'm going to make an appearance. And well, not really an appearance. I'm just going to be there.
Sweet.
I mean, it's like, hey, Mike's here. Hey, how you doing, Mike? But believe it or not, I have really kind of been taking more to ancient coins and more European coins and things like that. I found a gigantic copper.
That's Russian. Yeah. 5 kopecks.
Catherine the Great.
Russian 5 kopecks. Those are cool.
Yeah,
Don't fall in a
really cool stuff.
don't fall in a lake with a pocket full of those. You're going straight to the bottom.
Yeah. 1769 though.
Isn't that cool?
So and very affordable.
Yeah, they're not very much. They're like $25 to $50. You can usually pick them up.
Yeah, real cheap.
So
go to our website and vote for your coolest thing. You go to the Facebook page. Is that going to be on Friends or
Friends of the Coin Show? Yep, Friends of the Coin Show on Facebook.
podcast?
If you haven't joined it, go join it now. You're missing out on all the fun.
That's true. Well, if that's what you got,
That's what I got.
all right. Well, we'd like to thank our production staff, our producers, Ernesto, Barry, Justin, and Fuzzy,
the fuzz,
Corey, for doing everything that they do behind the scenes to help us to sound better and to look better and smarter really every time. And thanks to you, Matt, but thanks to everybody who listened, because without you, this entire endeavor would be pointless.
Would just be like a weird phone call.
It would be a weird phone call.
Yep.
Be really weird.
Yep.
But if you want to hear that weird phone call, sign up for Patreon.
Yep.
Join at the $5 level, and you get to hear us do that on Friday on every other week.
Yep.
And you really do kind of get a different perspective on this show.
It's definitely our production meeting,
Yes.
and
So let's see. I was thinking that we need to do coming up, we need to do something like the best of news, the biggest stories of the year.
Yeah, we're coming up on the end of the year, so
maybe, we also want your suggestions. What do you think the biggest stories were? Email me, Mike@coinshowradio.com.
yeah, perfect.
So for the Coin Show, I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And we'll talk to you next time on the Coin Show Podcast.
You've been listening to the Coin Show Podcast with Matt Dinger and Mike Nodelman. Tune in next time when the boys bring you another exciting episode. You can find them wherever you get your podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, on our website at www.coinshowradio.com. You can also join our private Facebook group where everyone sees every post. Just search Facebook for Friends of the Coin Show and ask to join. If you'd like more, you can become a subscriber on Facebook or join our Patreon at www.patreon.com/thecoinshow. If you sign up at the $5 month level or higher, you'll have access to exclusive content on patreon.com on the off weeks, including the Not the Coin Show podcast. Thanks for listening to the longest running coin podcast in the world of numismatics. This has been the one and only, the original. This has been the Coin Show Podcast.